I got sent a script at the production company, and I thought it was just like a really cheesy Borsan ad, because Borsan at the time, you know, they didn't really take like massive comic risks. I read the script and went, oh God, this looks really bad. But then I got to the last bit and then found out they get run over by a tractor, and I just went, this is brilliant. I wanted to use anamorphic cameras, and I wanted to use these lenses that don't have any coating on. So what happens is sun flares. We were working with a French production company, which meant that I could cast in France, which is great, because I was going to find somebody I'd never seen like in Britain. So once I got the casting done, it was a case of we had to find somewhere that was warm, because I got sent the script in the winter, so we had to go to South Africa to shoot that. What we had to do is we had to dig a trench. So that's what they're doing, they're actually running in a trench, but give the impression that they're running in really tall wheat fields. The biggest worry I had was people would turn off the ad before the end, because they just weren't interested in it. So I had to try and make them at least compelling. But I'm really, really pleased with the way it came out. I mean, it's when I direct, I try to only take on a job that I think that I could do it justice and not ruin it. If I feel like I'm not up to it, or I haven't got a clear vision for it, I won't do the job. What was interesting about this job is that we worked with an agency who had already sold the concept of the VW Amarok basically pulling down a chimney, and they had found a chimney, and they'd already got paid for the chimney to be pulled down. So we didn't have to organise the chimney, it was already pre-done. So at that point there was quite a few viral ads out, and they were getting really sort of lots of hits. But my problem I had with most viral ads is they look cheap. I just wanted to make it look as cinematic as possible. So we knew we only had one take. So that's scary in itself, especially for the camera people, right? So what we did is when we went on the recce, we saw the chimney, and we then worked out exactly where the cameras could go, and we worked out how many cameras we would probably need. We needed, I think it was either 12 or 13 cameras. So that was most of the budget spent on that. We had a rehearsal, so we had all the cars in a rehearsal, all the sort of close-ups of the rope being pulled and the tyres spinning, all that. They were shot on the day before the actual chimney. And then on day two, it was literally the day of the chimney. And it's a weird thing, because we thought it'll probably look amazing when it pulls it, but it'll be over so quick. It probably won't look any good if you just watched it. So we've got to make it as filmic as possible with all these camera cutaways. Even though I knew all the angles, I was still surprised when the edit was put together. I think I achieved what I wanted, which was to make something that would traditionally look pretty average and just, you know, on the internet, look quite cinematic. I'd seen it before. It's called supercutting. People had done it on YouTube, but I hadn't seen it in an ad. And the script came in, and it was literally as it's written. It's literally, I want to break. They've got the rights to Queen. I want to break free. And then they had all these scenarios they'd written down. I think we had 4 days, but there must be 35 setups. People might think, well, you can do that, and you know, you can shoot that really quickly. But you can't. Not when you've got a car client on set. And you've got the car is in almost every single shot, I think. The car's got to look good, even if it's not a patch shot. The client, it's got to be cleaned, it's got to look absolutely right. There was 2 things that were extremely important to me. I had to have 2 really, really good actors. And that's what I said. I said, we've got to find some money in the budget, so we pay for the 2 best actors who will literally give me take after take after take perfectly. And then the other thing was, it was a hell of a job to produce. So what we had to do is we had to find 4 areas for 4 different days, and then find different scenarios, all within walking distance of things, so we could actually get through the day and do 8 setups or 9 setups in a day, and then 9 the next day, 9 the next day. But obviously, you know, most car clients want the car in it all the way through. You know, I mean, they do, and for obvious and understandable reasons. But sometimes they're brave, and I think it did get a lot of recall, and I think it helped the brand. So I think that was a good thing.